our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. Now in this chapter we will study about a girl. Her name is Valli and she doesn't know what is the value of her life. She is a very sensitive. There was a girl named Valli Mai who was called Valli for short. She was 8 years old and very curious about things. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside. So once there was a girl, she was 8 years old and her short name is Valli. And what was the most fascinating thing for herself when she stood on her doorway outside of her house and she was watching when the outside of her house their children were playing and there was a bus stand also. So the passengers were coming out from the bus and some were entering into the bus. So her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house and watching what was happening in the street outside. There was no playmates for her own age on her street and this was about all she had to do. And why she was always standing on the doorway? Because there were no children just like of her age. So because of this reason she was alone and she standing on the front of her doorway. But for Valli, standing at the front door was very big, as enjoyable as any of the elaborate games other children played. Watching the street gave her many new, unusual experiences and she enjoyed too much when she was watching outside from her house. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that travelled between her village and the nearest town. And the most attractive thing, fascinating means attractive thing was for Valli when she was watching the bus. And the bus from her village to the nearest town. It passed through her street each hour, once going to the town and once coming back. It means after each 1 hour, bus came there and again bus go to the town. Filled each time with a new set of passengers was a source of unending joy for Valli. And each hour, it means as we know when we travel in the bus, after 1 hour, there also in Valli's village, bus came after an hour and of course because new passengers will enter and again new passengers came out. Day after day she watched the bus and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew there. She wanted to ride on that bus, even if just once. And now, when continuously she was watching all these scenes and suddenly an idea came in her mind that I also wanted to take this enjoyment of this traveling in the bus from my village to the town. She wanted to ride on that bus, even if just once. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. Valli would stare wistfully at the people who got on or off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. It means for a long time she was watching at the passengers and at the bus because that was the very new thing for the Valli. Their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams and hopes. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, and she was thinking that if there also one friend there was of herself, he could express her feelings when he came out from the bus. But unfortunately, she had no friends in the village. Valli would be too jealous to listen and would shout in English, "Proud, proud." Neither she nor her friends the meaning of the word, but they use this often as a slang expression of disapproval. Over many days and months, Valli listened carefully to conversation between her neighbors and people who regularly used the bus, and she also asked a few discreet questions here and there, and Valli could not understand the language, whatever the passengers they were speaking with each other. This way she picked up various small details about the bus journey, and when continuously she was listening the words which were using by the passengers. So now she could understand some words, whatever the passengers were using. This way she picked up various small details about the bus journey. The town was 6 miles from her village. The fare was 30 paise one way. That town was just 6 miles away from Valli's village, and how many cost the bus conductor was taking for this one journey? That was a 30 paise one way. It means Valli should have 60 paise. Then she could travel in that bus and she could go down, and again she could return from the town to her village, which is almost nothing at all. She heard one well-dressed man say, but to Valli, who scarcely saw that much money from one month to the next, it seemed a fortune. The trip to the town took 45 minutes. On reaching town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. And now, later then she started to think about that if I should have 60 paise, then also the important thing is that this bus takes 45 minutes to reach the town, and again at the same time she will sit in the bus again for the return from town to the village. Then also 45 minutes, it means she should have 1 hour and 30 minutes. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at the 1:45 and be back home by about 2:45. On and on went her thoughts as she calculated and recalculated, planned and replanned, and in her mind there was only one desire, that once I want to take enjoyment of this traveling. It means she wanted to travel in that bus and she wanted to go down. She doesn't want to enter in the town, only she wanted to take the enjoyment of this bus journey. Next part. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway, when a small voice was heard shouting, "Stop the bus! Stop the bus!" and a tiny hand was raised commandingly. Now, in this part we will study that Valli is ready for this traveling, but she didn't know about that how we have to speak to the bus conductor or with the passengers. So, in our commanding way, she is saying stop the bus. But generally, we didn't say like that stop the bus, because if there is a station, it means surely bus will stand there. But she was 8 years old, and so she was saying stop the bus, stop the bus. And a tiny hand was raised, and she was just saying like this, stop the bus. She was standing there just on the station and saying. The bus slowed down to a crawl, and the conductor, sticking his head out the door, said, "Hurry then, tell whoever it is to come quickly," because she was too small. So the conductor was not able to see herself. So he was just saying from inside the bus that whoever, please hurry up, it means fastly just enter, come into the bus. "It's me," then Valli shouted, "It's me, it's me." But she was too little. "I am the one who has to get on." By now the bus had come to a stop, and the conductor said, "Oh really? You don't say so." "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Valli, still standing outside the bus. Now also she was just standing outside the bus. Either the conductor already told to her that whoever there is outside the bus, please fastly enter into the bus. Because of she was new to take this experience of this traveling, she didn't know about it that first we have to enter. She was thinking that first of all conductor will come out, he will ask me about money, then I could enter in the bus. So now also she was waiting outside the bus. Yes, I simply have to go to town, said Valli, still standing outside the bus. And here is my money. And then also she started to show money, that this is my money. She showed him some coins. Okay, but first you must get on the bus. Get on means first you have to come into the bus, said the conductor, and he stretched out a hand to help her. And later then he raised his hand to enter the Valli. Never mind, she said. Then also when conductor raised his hand, then what she replied? Never mind, I could enter. I am not a small girl. Never mind, she said, I can get on by myself. You don't have to help me. Now in a commanding way, she was presenting herself as she is too much grown up. She is not a small girl. The conductor was a jolly sort. Now he was speaking in a very funny way. Now he understands that that is a too much little girl, and then also she is representing herself as that she is not a small girl. Fond of joking, oh please don't be angry with me, my fine madam. Now he is using this word madam for the Valli. He said, here, have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside please. Make way for madam. Now how the conductor is speaking, like he is saying to all the passengers, please give space because now the madam is coming to take her seat. It was the slack time of day. Slack time is that time all were free, not much work, because you can understand during the afternoon time. It means in the morning time and in the evening time we could see the rush in the bus and on the road also. But in the afternoon time, because conductor was free, few passengers were there in the bus. So he started to make fun on Valli. It was the slack time of day and there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. They were all looking at Valli and laughing with the conductor. Now all the passengers also started to laugh. They were giving company to the conductor as the conductor was using these words that madam is coming, please make a space. Valli was overcome with shyness. Avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down. Now Valli became shy. It means because all the passengers were laughing and they all were looking at the Valli, so she silently sat on empty seat. Now how the conductor is saying, may we start now madam? Now madam, if you sat on your seat, then now can we start bus? The conductor asked smiling. Then he blew his whistle twice and the bus moved forward with a roar. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. Inside the overhead bars shone like silver directly in front of Valli. Above the windshield, now I am explaining from the page number 122nd stanza. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. Inside the overhead bars shone like silver directly in front of Valli. Above the windshield there was a beautiful clock. The seats were soft and luxurious. It means that the bus was very new. Valli devoured everything with her eyes. It means she was watching each and everything whatever inside the bus. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. Actually, she was too small. So when she sat on her seat, she found that she was not able to see the full view of the outside from her window. So what she had done? She stood on her seat. खड़ी हो गई वो अपनी सीट के ऊपर. Then she started to look outside. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was a canal and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains and the blue sky. On the other side was a deep ditch and then acres and acres of green fields. Green, as far as the eye could see. Now, Valli was there on her seat and she was watching outside. Then she found there was a green, it means there was all sides trees and canals. Oh, it was all so wonderful, and Valli had not seen this type of view before in her life. So she was enjoying this journey. Suddenly she was just startled by a voice. Startled means suddenly she disturbed by a voice. Listen, child, said the voice. You should not stand like that. Sit down. So the one passenger told to her that, listen, child, why he has used child? Because Valli was only 8 years old. If you will stand like this, then you will fall down. So please, you take your seat and you should sit down. Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. Then she sat on her seat and she became very angry because this passenger has used child word for herself. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her, and actually really he was very worried about Valli, so he had told to the Valli to sit on her seat. But she was annoyed. Annoyed means angry. She became angry by his attention. There is nobody here who is a child. Then how she replied? It means to whom you are speaking. In this bus, no one is a child. She said haughtily, I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else. And now what she is thinking? She is thinking that you cannot use a child word. I have also paid 30 paise. Then how you are giving this command? It means she was not able to understand that why the other passenger is saying that sit on your seat. If you will stand, then you will fall down. Because she was 8 years old only. She was thinking then how the others could give command to her. I have also paid 30 paise. The conductor chimed in, oh sir, but this is a very grown up madam. Then again conductor started to make fun on Valli. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? Then conductor replied to that passengers. He has used these words child for Valli. He said that you don't know sir how a child can pay 30 paise and how a child can travel in a bus alone, because Valli was alone, no one was there with her. Valli shot an angry glance at the conductor and suddenly she was started to staring. मतलब वो घूरने लगी conductor because he was making fun. I am not a madam. Then Valli replied that I am not a madam. Don't use this madam word for me. Please remember that, and you have not yet given me my ticket. Then Valli asked about her ticket also because she has already paid 30 paise, but till that time conductor has not given ticket to Valli. I remember, the conductor said. Mimicking means copying her tone, and now the conductor started to copying her tone as she was speaking with the conductor, the same tone he was using. Everyone laughed and gradually Valli too joined in the laughter, and suddenly Valli also started to laugh. The conductor punched the ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Then the conductor replied that no need to stand on your seat because you have already paid 30 paise. You can sit down. Because I want to, she answered, standing up again. And again she stood on her seat. But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child. Now again, passenger told to Valli that we are saying just only for yourself, because if you will stand, you will fall down or maybe you will hurt. So we are saying to you to sit on your place. Now again, I am not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I am 8 years old. Now the Valli is saying that don't tell me just like a child. I am not a child, I am 8 years old. Of course, how stupid of me. 8 years. Now the conductor is saying, yes, how stupid, how fool I am. 8 years old you are. The bus stopped. Some new passengers got on means enter, come inside. And the conductor got busy for a time. Afraid of losing her seat, Valli finally sat down. Now as the new passengers entered into the bus, Valli had this fear, if I will stand, the other passengers will come and they will take my place. So she sit down. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Valli as the bus started again. So one lady came there and she started to ask that you are alone, because Valli was not too much grown up, only small girl. Valli found the woman absolutely repulsive, and the Valli didn't like this question as the lady was asking to her. Such a big hole she had in her ear lobes and such ugly earrings in them, and she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing and see the betel juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any moment. Who could be sociable with such a person? Now that lady was chewing something and there was a pics coming from her mouth. That Valli didn't like this, and now she started to think that who could be sociable with such a person? How I can be familiar with this ugly lady, and she had ugly earrings also. So now the Valli replied to the lady, yes, I am travelling alone. She answered curtly, and I have got a ticket too. Now again she is saying that I have a ticket also. I have paid 30 paise. Yes, she is on her way to town, said the conductor. Now again, as that she was speaking with the lady, then again the conductor joined and he told to that lady that yes, she is on her way to town, said the conductor, with a 30 paise ticket, because he understand that this girl is alone and he was making fun, so he was using such this funny sentence for Valli. So again he replied to that lady that she had paid 30 paise. Oh, why don't you mind your own business, said Valli. Then again Valli became angry and she said to the conductor, you should think about your own. It means it's not of your business that I am alone or there is anyone with me. But she laughed all the same, and the conductor laughed too. But this time she was just speaking just in a laughing way. But the old woman went on with her driver. Is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? Do you know exactly where you are going in town? What is the street? What is the house number? Then that woman was worried about Valli. So she is asking to Valli that you know where you have to go, the house number, the street, whatever. Because she didn't know about it, that she is going only to the bus station and again she will return from the bus station. So she was asking about the house and the street. You did not bother about me. Then Valli replied that no need to be worried about me. Don't again she started to look outside the bus. Now the third part. Her first journey. What careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had thriftily saved whatever stray coins came her way. Now in this paragraph we will study that how she saved this 60 paise, because her mother didn't know about it that she is going to the town and she is in the bus, because these 3 hours her mother sleeping in her house, and so the Vali came out of her house and she entered into the bus and she is taking this enjoyment of the bus traveling. Resisting every temptation, temptation means desire, every temptation to buy paper means toys, balloons and the like, and finally she had saved a total of 60 paise. It means whenever she asked for these things, her mother has given money, so this all money she had saved, and when she saved 60 paise, that time she could able to take this enjoyment of this travel. How difficult it had been, particularly that day at the village fair, but she had resolutely stifled a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round, even though she had the money. And when she went into the village fair, that time she wanted to take this enjoyment of this merry-go-round, but that time she had money also, but she had not taken this enjoyment. Why? Because of this bus journey, because of this she wanted to save 60 paise. So in this paragraph we knew about it, that how she saved this 60 paise, and now she is taking this enjoyment. After she had enough money saved, her next problem was how to slip out of the house. Slip out means how to came out of her house without her mother's knowledge. But she managed this without too much difficulty. Every day after lunch her mother would nap from about 1 hour or so. Nap means sleeping, rest. Vali always used these hours for her exertions, and she stood looking from the doorway of her house, or sometimes even ventured out into the village. Ventured out means went outside curiously. So now how she came out from her house. Now we understood that this time her mother is taking rest, or her mother is sleeping in her house, so the Vali came out. The bus rolled on now, cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet or past an odd wayside shop. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them, or a pedestrian. Pedestrian means a person who is walking on the road. So for Vali, that it was such a strange experience when she was watching this from the opposite sides, vehicles also coming, and how the driver is manage all the things. They not met with accident also, and now she is watching that there is a pedestrian also. Some people were walking on the road also, crossing the road, and pedestrian crossing the road, but lo, somehow it passed on smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped as the bus reached them and simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. Now as the Vali was watching outside, and when we are also in the rail or in the bus, it looks like the trees are running, but actually bus is running, bus is moving, trees are there on their place only. So the Vali is thinking like this, trees are also running with her bus. Suddenly Vali clapped her hands with glee. Suddenly Vali started to clap with joy. Glee means joy or happy. A young cow, tail high in the air, was running very fast, and suddenly in front of her house one cow was running. So Vali started to clap right in the middle of the road. the bus slowed to a crawl. So suddenly the driver has reduced the speed of the bus because in front of the bus there was a cow running on the road. The bus slowed to a crawl and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. And because the cow was there, so what the driver was doing, he was giving a horn. But the more he honked, the more frightened the animal became and the faster it galloped, always right in front of the bus. Somehow, this was very funny to Valli. She laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. So she was laughing and till that time, tears came in her eyes. Hey lady, have not you laughed enough? Called the conductor. Better save some for tomorrow. Now the conductor using lady word for Valli. That don't laugh too much. Just save your laughing for the next day also. At last the cow moved off the road. As soon the bus came to a railroad crossing. A speck of a train could be seen in the distance, growing bigger and bigger as it drew near. Then it rushed past the crossing gate with a tremendous roar and rattle, shaking the bus. Then the bus went on and passed the train station. From there it traversed a busy, well laid out shopping street and turning entered a wider thoroughfare. Such big bright looking shops. What a glittering displays of clothes and other merchandise. Such a big crowds. Now as Valli's bus reached at the rail station. So on the rail station we also know that there are many shops also, all glittering. All shops were shining. Struck dumb with wonder, Valli gasped everything, and now Valli was not able to speak anything because first time she had seen this shining shops and the rail station also in her life. Then the bus stopped and everyone got off except Valli. So now Valli's bus reached at the town. So all passengers came out only other than the Valli, except Valli was there in the bus. Hey lady, said the conductor, are not you ready to get off? This is as far as your 30 paise takes you. Now 30 paise journey over. So now you can also come out from the bus. No, Valli said, I am going back on the same bus. Now the Valli replied that no, I will not come out because now I am going to the village, because she knew about it that the same bus will go to her village. She took another 30 paise from her packet and handed the coins to the conductor. Why, is something the matter? Then conductor, he was surprised, he was shocked because the Valli, she was giving another 30 paise and she is saying that again now I want to go to my village. No, nothing the matter. I just felt like having a bus ride, that's all. Now she is saying that no, actually I had not this kind of experience now. This is a bus traveling, so that's all. This is the reason. Nothing there. Don't you want to have a look at the sights? Then the conductor said, at least you can come outside, you can see the sights, the scene of this station. Now that you are here, because already you are here and bus will start when all the passengers will come in the bus. It means now you have time. You can come outside and you can also see this sights of this station. All by myself, oh, I would be much too afraid. Greatly amused by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said, but you were not afraid to come in the bus? Then the Valli replied that no, I feel very afraid if I will come out because I am alone now. I cannot come out. Then the conductor told to Valli that if you are traveling alone, then you are not feeling this afraid. You are very daring. You are showing that you are bold. And now to come out, you are saying like that you feel afraid. Nothing to be afraid of about that, she answered. Well, then why not go to that stall over there and have something nothing to be afraid of about that either. Oh no, I could not do that. Then the conductor is saying that you can drink, there are many shops, or you can eat also. Then she denied for everything. Well then let me bring you a cold drink. Then the conductor is saying, okay, I am bringing a cold drink for you. No, I don't have enough money because Valli had only 60 paise. So she denied for everything. Then she said that if you will give me drink, how I will pay? Because I have no money, extra money I have not. Just give me my ticket, that's all. It will be my treat, not cost you anything. It means I will not take money for this drink. From my side, this is a treat for you. Then she is saying no, she said firmly, please, no. The conductor shrugged and they waited until it was the time for the bus to begin the return journey. Again, there were not many passengers. Now the fourth part. Won't your mother be looking for you? The conductor asked when he gave the girl her ticket. Now when the conductor is giving ticket to the Valli, then he was asking one question, that you are alone, you have come out from your house. Have you taken permission from your mother, or do you know your mother about this journey? Then she replied, no, one will be looking for me. Then she told to conductor that no one will, not any other person who will look for me or who will search for me. The bus started and again there were the same wonderful sights. Valli was not bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same. Now also she welcoming all the sights, all the scenes. She is happy because already she had seen all the sights when she was going to town. So the same places are there. Valli was not bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement. She should fall the first time, but suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside, just where it had been struck by some fast-moving vehicle. So now this was a very emotional moment for Valli when she saw a dead cow, because when she was going to the town, in front of her bus, a cow was running, and the same cow now, that cow is dead because of one fast moving vehicle. Because one vehicle, that vehicle has a very high speed. So because of this high speed, that cow dead. It's not that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town. She asked the conductor, and now she became familiar with the conductor. So Valli asked this question, that is this the same cow which when we were going to the town that time, this cow were in front of our bus. The conductor nodded and she was overcome with, nodded means he replied yes, that is the cow. With sadness, and the Valli became very sad, very disappointed. She is feeling very hurt for the cow. What had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life, and looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spread, girls, a fixed stare, and its lifeless eyes, blood all over. Now suddenly Valli became very unhappy when she saw that the cow is dead because of the, not any other mistake of the cow, because that the vehicle had a very high speed, and now the cow is dead. The bus moved on. The memory of the dead cow haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. She no longer wanted to look out the window. Now, because she became very sad, so now she was not looking outside from her window. She sat thus glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor and said, well sir, I hope to see you again. Okay madam, he answered her, smiling. Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us. And don't forget to bring your fare. So now the conductor, when the Valli was coming out from the bus, she is saying to the conductor that, okay sir, I hope to see I will come in your bus. Then the conductor replied that yes madam, I will also wait for you, but that time also you should have fare. It means you should have this 30 paise. She laughed and jumped down from the bus. Then she went running straight for home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of Vali's aunts, the one from South Street. This aunt was a real chatterbox. Chatterbox means a very talkative lady. As Vali entered into her house, she was worried that maybe if her mother will ask me questions that where were you or from where you are coming. But unfortunately, nothing happened with Vali, because as she entered into her house, a talkative lady, a auntie from her with this village only, her mother was busy with that lady. Never closing her mouth once she started talking, and that lady, she was a very talkative, never stop. एक बार वो बोलने लग जाती है तो फिर वो चुप नहीं रहती है. And where have you been? said her aunt. But her Vali's mother didn't ask anything, but that auntie started to ask to Vali that from where you are coming. Vali came in. She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply. But Vali didn't say anything to the aunt. So Vali just smiled, and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. So again her mother busy with that lady. Yes, you are right, her mother said. So many things are hidden and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often cannot understand it completely, can we? Oh yes, breathed Vali. What? asked her mother. What is that you say? Oh, said Vali. I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge. Now, her mother was talking with the lady, and her mother was saying that sometimes we didn't know that what is happening outside because we are unaware about. Then suddenly Vali started to speak to her mother that, oh yes, then Vali also agreed for this sentence. Because why she agreed? Because this time she came from the bus and her mother was unaware about it, because she didn't know about it that Vali went to the bus town, and again she returned from the town. Just a chit of a girl she is, said her aunt, and yet look how she pokes her nose into our conversation. Then auntie, she was saying to Vali's mother that, see, look at your daughter. When I have asked this question, that time she was just silent, she didn't say anything. But now when we both are talking with each other, and between this she started to disturb. Vali smiled to herself. She didn't want them to understand her smile. But then